Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining me this day. I don't know what time of day it is for you. It's my evening, but it's morning. Time traveling on the internet, right? I had this nugget of information come to me, and I just have to share it because this was literally a huge epiphany for me. It took me a couple years to figure this out, I think. At least one solid year. And that is the difference between weight loss and fat loss. This could be really obvious to most of us, but to those of us who really just want to feel comfortable in our own skin, these can mean essentially the same thing, even though they really aren't. Weight loss is probably where you start out, which is just, I want to get smaller. I don't want to be so big. I want to feel healthy. I want to be skinny. I don't want to look in the mirror and feel like a sack of potatoes, right? So that's where we start out with weight loss. And then as we continue into our health journey, usually the weight loss eventually evolves into fat loss, which is the same as weight loss, right? But more specific. We go from just wanting to lose body mass to wanting to lose the unhealthy part of our body mass, which is an excess of fat. I'm not going to say that all fat is bad because that is a complete lie. Fat is necessary for many reasons. It's just in the Western world, we have become very comfortable in the fat. Obesity is becoming something that is creeping up on people, and it's very easy to become complacent with it because it's not something that we see the detrimental effects of until much later in life. How we get from weight loss to fat loss is by realizing and recognizing that muscle is not the source of all evil. Okay, fat is. No, I'm kidding. Fat is healthy for hair, skin, nails, bones, the brain development. Your brain is literally made up of fat tissue. And so you do want to have a very healthy relationship with fat and recognize that it is good for you. But I think we all start out wanting to get rid of weight because we feel out of control. And once we get a little bit more of control on it, like feeling like we have control over how much fat is on our bodies, that's when we can gain that healthy respect for it. And once you continue your research into how to get rid of it, there's a lot of misinformation out there, I know, but once you sift through it all, however long it might take you to get there, hopefully it won't take you that long because you're watching this video, but after a while you start to recognize there's a pattern that anytime you talk about weight loss, you talk about muscle gain. And this is where we bridge the gap between weight loss and fat loss because we no longer want to lose our lean body mass. There is certain parts of our body that we want to retain and keep healthy, like our muscles. And I know, ladies, at times muscle can be a scary word because we all feel like you're gonna touch a dumbbell or barbell and we're just gonna inflate like freaking balloons and become like the bodybuilders you see on TV. But I'm telling you what, that's such a lie. It takes years and years and years and lots of steroids to get that big. The difference that muscle makes is once the fat comes off, your skin is tighter. So anytime you hear somebody talking about getting toned, what they're truly talking about is gaining more muscle underneath their skin so that it takes less fat to come off to make it look like their skin is tight and where it's meant to be. And it's not sagging and it's not cellulite like cottage cheese. Muscle is what gets you toned. You're not going to get toned by running, using an elliptical for 2 hours a day. That's not, it can help, all right? But you need muscle underneath your skin in order for it to get tight. Otherwise, we end up with stuff like, I think they call it skinny fat nowadays, where you don't have a ton of fat on your body, but your skin is still really light and you're very soft. And it sags more because you don't have any muscle underneath to hold your skin up, like give it suspension and make it look tight and toned, as women like to say these days. So fat loss is really the body recomposition. Those are words you're going to want to use, is where you change your body composition to where you have a higher fat or a higher muscle content and a lower fat percentage. So as you work out, muscle takes a lot longer to build than fat does to come off. So you can do it at the same time. There is a healthy balance between it. Some people are just always really scared of that. But really, when you start to build muscle, you can use that extra fat, retain your muscles that you have, and build new muscles. And that means that after a while, like when you finally reach your maintenance point, which is the point that you dream yourself to be in, where you want to stay, you will have the ability to eat more food. You'll be more active. You'll have more energy throughout the day. Your skin will get tighter with less effort. It's overall healthier for you, increases your lifespan, helps your immune system. Just muscle is a good thing to have. Okay, it's the sign of a strong, healthy human being. You want to be a strong, healthy human being, I tell you what. So when we transition from weight loss into fat loss, we start to prioritize different things, right? We're no longer spending 2 hours on the elliptical. We are instead spending an hour lifting weights and 30 minutes on a treadmill, or really anything else that gets your heart rate up. It doesn't have to be an elliptical. Cardio can be all kinds of things, and so can weightlifting. You can do them both at the same time if you want. You just have to exert yourself. Fat loss is your main goal. 1,000,000% better than just weight loss, because muscle is your friend. Muscle makes your life easier. Yes, it takes a little more work, but it really, really pays off in the end. It's a lifestyle. It changes who you are. Makes you a lot better of an individual in many different ways. Not just the way you look, but the way you feel, the way your brain works. You develop a much healthier relationship with yourself because you know where you want your activity level to be, what you want your body to look like, and you can balance where you want your fat to be on a healthy scale. Because once you learn how to take fat off of your body, you no longer feel like you are out of control. You feel like you have control. So fat isn't scary anymore. You go back to being a person where you are happy where you're at because you know that if you wanted to change it, you could change it at any time. Being in that state of weight loss is scary because you don't know how to get out of it. You don't know how to change it. And once you recognize that fat loss is really your goal, and then you become a pro at that, you will feel 1,000,000 times better about yourself. I promise. It's so much more, like, you can sleep better at night just knowing that the fat that you have in your body is a choice. And it is a choice now, but you don't have that, what's the word? You definitely feel liberated having that control back in your hands. It's no longer just something that you have to figure out. It's something that you can control, which is great, right? So thank you if you listened to this video. I hope that you got some nuggets of information out of this. I know this can seem like an obvious topic for some people, but it took me a really long time to jump from the one phase into the other because I really didn't know the nuances between one or the other. This wasn't a super in-depth talk, but I hope it helped somebody out because I think I did benefit from some talks like this in the past, maybe a while ago, but thank you.